Some paintings exist for more than just being seen. They were not created to decorate a wall, but to shake an era to its core. A single brushstroke can question a law. A single gaze can fracture centuries of accepted morality. A single color can disrupt a system that was never meant to be challenged. And sometimes, one painting alone changes the way humanity sees the world, forever. For a long time, art obeyed. It followed the rules of the church, the power of kings, and the quiet but rigid boundaries of society. Artists were expected to do one thing: show beauty, remain obedient, never ask questions. But for some, those boundaries were too narrow. They did not want to portray the sacred, but the human. Not beauty, but truth. And truth has always been disturbing. That is why some paintings were rejected the moment they appeared. They were booed in exhibition halls, accused of immorality, branded as threats to social order. Some were censored, some were hidden away, some were meant to be destroyed entirely. But time is not art's cruelest enemy. It is its most loyal witness. What is called a scandal today may become a masterpiece tomorrow. Works once dismissed with the words, "This is not art," now stand as the foundations of art history. So the problem was never the painting. It was the eyes that were not ready to see it, and perhaps the minds that lacked the courage to accept it. Because a painting is never just an image. It is a confession, a confrontation, sometimes a silent witness to a crime, sometimes the cry of a truth that was buried too deeply. Some artists whispered what they could not say onto the canvas. Some painted what society feared to face, and some crossed the line deliberately. Because sometimes, art cannot exist without crossing that line. That is why certain paintings were dangerous. They did not comfort. They disturbed. They refused to leave the viewer at peace. And perhaps that is exactly why they were real. Many of the works we admire in museums today were once forbidden. Some were hidden behind curtains. Some survived only in whispers. But none of them were ever truly silenced. Because art has a power. It cannot be silenced. A true work of art does not wait for time to pass. It waits for time to catch up. And when that moment comes, the paintings once feared begin to guide new generations. Now ask yourself this: if these paintings had never been created, would art still be what we know it as today? Perhaps art grows strongest when it is forbidden. Perhaps the greatest masterpieces are born from the moments we fear most. And perhaps true art is always a little dangerous.